Welcome back to the second half of the Bobby Dupre Show, and my sidekick here, Andrew.
Well, good morning.
I think we had a pretty fast little first half, 30 minutes. We got 30 more minutes, and let's not waste too much time. Let's get right into it.
Go ahead.
We're going to talk, I think this is the last of my obituaries for today, and it's a man that I've heard a lot about. I've only been in his company maybe twice, although he's been living out in the Prairie Ronde community most of his adult life and most of my adult life. Jake is actually younger than I am. He's 72. And I'm speaking of Mr. Jake Kramer, and very active in the Catholic religion. And I gave you a little bit of information that I learned years ago, and that was that he had donated the tract of land where the monastery is, where what is it, Brother Jim,
Our Lady,
Brother James,
Brother James at Our Lady of the Redeemer. Up there.
Right, the monastery. Jake and his family had donated that land, is what I was told many years ago. And then on Tuesday night at the Elks Lodge, talking with Kelly Cormier and Dottie, we were discussing different things, and somehow Jake's death came up, and I commented about the donation of the land over there, which I don't think either one of them was aware of, although Kelly informed me that Jake was very much involved in the renovation of which you talked about.
Sacred Heart Chapel in Prairie Ronde.
In Prairie Ronde.
Right next to the Casilla Center where they have Mass.
The church that he attended.
It's beautiful, the renovations, unbelievable. I went to Micah Dean from Port Barry and Miss Wheaton. They got married this past weekend. Congratulations again, my first cousin from Port Barry.
And
beautiful church.
Kelly was telling me that it's really something. He said, Bobby, you need to go. I said, last time, I guess I went, one of the last times I went, my aunt, Nan Lou, my daddy's sister, Mary Lou Dupre, was buried there. And I did a eulogy, and I made a funny one. That's what they told me. They said, get something funny, and a little story. Well, we don't have time for all that today. You have to read my book to find out all those little secrets like that. But anyhow, Mr. Jake Kramer was very, very active and a successful farmer, as well as probably came from that Robert Coves area. From the Robert Coves area. The new veterinarian in Opelousas, right off of Highway 358. He's a Kramer, and I think they're all related, if I recall correctly. So anyhow, my deepest sympathies to the Kramer family.
How about a sponsor? Washington State Bank. All your banking needs, Washington State Bank can help you with personal commercial loans. They've got 24/7 banking. That means if you're a business, you need to look up stuff online. Maybe your bookkeepers get there early in the morning, like I always do it before 7 o'clock in the morning. They can get online, see which checks clear, what's going on with the accounts, transfer money. Maybe, you know, some of these banks, some of these businesses do sweeping accounts where you make deposits in one and then you pay bills out of another. They have to adjust accounts.
David and Lisa.
They do that all the time. Yep. Washington State Bank, you do all that online. If you're just a little guy like me, maybe you got...
Belinda, I forgot Belinda.
Maybe you got $10 in your savings account, and you got $100 in your checking account, and you got to play with $5 back and forth when you're paying a bill and all. You can do that just like little guys like me as well at Washington State Bank, all your banking needs.
And on December the 18th, which will be next, well, no, it's this.
It's this.
Sunday. This Sunday.
This Sunday is correct.
This Sunday. Two times they're going to have a dramatic Christmas musical, and at 10 a.m. in the morning and at 6 p.m. In the evening, and that's at the First Baptist Church, which is located at 3835 I-49 South Service Road. That would be
Opelousas General South, the former Doctor's Hospital, right next door.
Yep, and right near Kerrville Toyota, right near there. And Jack and Jackie Tolson asked us to do this, and this is probably about the fourth time that we. But I had the big one up until this time.
And Mr. and Mrs. Doug Green, I ran into them this past weekend. They reminded me, and I said, "We got it. We'll definitely talk about it." So.
And I'm sure that it's a well choreographed event.
And the building, you know, their sound system in that building is unbelievable.
I went there the first Sunday that they opened the new church. I was invited by Gary Beardo. You see that? I even remember that. How about that? Thank you, Gary.
You want to show some pictures? Let's show the Santa Claus. You know, it's still Breakfast with Santa. We're still taking donations.
We need donations.
We need it bad. We're about 20% short of our goal. So we need your help. If you can send a donation to Breakfast with Santa, P.O. Box 70, Opelousas, Louisiana, 70571. Give me a call if you need more info, 351-0732. But I'm going to show some photos right now. Here are some of the kids. We've got some of the pictures just before the big party. And we have a party, you know, the breakfast to generate money. But we do a party for the kids as well. And I'm going to show some of those pictures as well. This is the sign outside the front of the Opelousas Cerebral Palsy Clinic. It's been open over 60 years. And you'll see Mr. Gant Nicholson, of course, who had the lumber yard, who was one of the people who helped donated the lumber and all, and the local community put the money together. This is the party you and I went to. The Opelousas Housing Authority let us use their building for all the kids, and you can see the kids were excited to see Santa. You know,
and look at these children. Look, they need your help. They need our help.
They don't get to go see Santa at the mall like everybody else. They're not as mobile. So we got to go around it. This is an
unusual one here, Miss Ray.
Right.
Sonny Ray's granddaughter.
Yep. And she's another one that gets a little help from us. Of course, you see Freddie Herpin with the Daily World. We talked about Freddie earlier.
And they've done a good job for us, always.
And all the kids, of course, they reach for Santa. Some are siblings that, you know, you've got more than one in the same family. All happy and smiling. I'm going to jump around here. We got Charles Goins and Jade, his daughter, right there.
Charles is the president.
Over to the right is Joby. That's Earl Taylor's grandson.
Grandson. And Miss right. Susan.
Miss Susan, who's one of the therapists.
Susan Thompson, I think is her last name.
Over at the Cerebral Palsy Clinic. And
she
of course,
is one of our therapists.
Miss Allison Higginbottom, who we've talked about for years, and on her 20s, has been at getting therapy from the Cerebral Palsy Clinic for many, many years. Another close-up of Miss Jade Goins. And I'm going to keep whipping through here real fast. We got a bunch. They're all up on the gallery.
Please go to...
all the local kids that help. One of our friends over here at KDCG, Matt LeBlanc, was there.
Filmed a lot of it.
And Major has been there for years with us. And look how good he's doing, how well he's walking. We had the ROTC from OHS. One of our good friends from Port Barron, Mr. Kyle.
Boy, he's a character.
Even had a Honey Badger shirt on this year. And check out this young man pulling Santa Claus's beard. Huh?
He saw that on TV.
He wanted to make sure it was real.
That's right. He wanted to make sure that I had a real beard.
We had some helpers from St. John Birchman, which is the boys' school over in Grand Coteau, that came to help serve.
Academy's sister school.
Right. And then
brother school.
And then the Sacred Heart Academy, the girls were there as well.
7th graders, and the boys were the 9th graders.
Very, very good. And we even had the ROTC from OHS. The full group was all there, boys and girls. I want to thank all of them for helping.
Then we had one, well, no, go ahead.
And we got this one too. We got
Lynn.
Miss Lynn.
Our director.
The director over at the Cerebral Palsy.
And
of course,
Susan.
She's got the headache all year. And she always calls me every year, what can I do to help? I said, you show up, make sure the kids are there, we'll make the rest happen. But I want to thank all of them. And I'm going to jump ahead to a few more from the breakfast. Community Coffee, again, want to thank them. Don Bourdelaw and Billy Jarrell Don, I think, is first year helping us open up, but Billy helps us every year. The ladies, Miss Betty Foray, Miss Gwen Frugier, who's helped for years with the GFWC Club. First year helper, Miss Yvonne Norman.
She used to, she'd cry because she couldn't make it. She always had another engagement, but this year she was free and she was there.
Some of the nuns there, some of our celebrity waiters, Don Stanford, Greg Doucette, Billy Jarrell, Keith Hebert, and Craig LaBeouf, and one more of the chefs with Ray Bello. We've got Miss Beth Swallow. We've got Joey Quibido. We got Jason Hugay, and we got Mitch Olivier. The only one we're missing is Chef Prejean with Prejeans, but all the different restaurants participated. We want to thank all those folks. Now, you want to kick out of the photos or keep going? I got photos from the Pentagon.
Okay, this was on Tuesday at noon.
Right.
Our annual, I say our, it's J.E. Brignac, Mark Carter, Bobby Dupre, and Joe Fred Gaccio. We have been having this annual gumbo. This was our 22nd year, and we use the speakers, the president of the speakers, apartment, and in the Pentagon building
barracks
across the street from the big beautiful the tallest state capital in the nation.
And there's Commissioner of Insurance,
our
Mr. Jim
boss
Donlin.
man, Jim Donlin. Good morning, Jim. And he watches the program every now and then when he gets a chance.
He sent you a letter this week. He says time to renew your license.
That is correct. You're right. And he was very high. By the way, I'm going to bring him back. I said I thanked him for allowing us to form an insurance company to assist the HBPA come up with a new workers' compensation program. Right. And within a short period of time, he and his staff, one of the members is Ms. Denise Brignac, who we know very well for years. Sure. She's the chief deputy now. She's moved all the way up. Anyhow, they gave us that, and on Monday, Stanley Sealing, our president, and a group of our people visited Jim's office and made a presentation, and he told me, he says, I'm very proud of the manner in which this company is operating thus far. And that's, you know, he stuck his neck out for us. Racing's
a big business here and affects a lot of people. So if it's not good insurance for those people, I mean, it's going to hurt a lot.
It's going to hurt a lot. So anyhow, I just wanted to pass that on to all of our horse racing people that are members of the HBPA.
Noel Bunal from Imperial Fire, along with two others from Imperial Fire, Miss Melissa Dupre and Miss Cindy Nazat. Good morning. And we also got Scott Pete from Imperial and David Link with OPAC Financial Services. You know it's not too late for Christmas if you need to borrow a little money.
That's right.
I understand David and them printed some fresh money this morning. It's waiting, it's fresh, it smells good. When you walk in the back, it smells like those fresh $100 bills. If you want to borrow some money, go see David Link at OPAC locations close to you. Look, Magoo. Quincy Richard Jr., who was a star quarterback over at Opelousas High School, star quarterback at Southern University.
One of the last
great teams
good
there.
Teams there. And I texted him. He texted me to say he was surprised to have seen. I said, well, I was very surprised to see you at the Gumbo. And when he was walking away, I said to myself, he could go out on the field right now.
Put the uniform. They need him.
They need him bad right now.
Coach Stump could use him.
He's in his third year of being a successful young attorney in Baton Rouge. And we had a good visit. And he says, how's Megan? I said, well, you know, Megan is considering going to law school. He said, really? If she wants to know how I got here? And he said, tell her to call. So that's exactly what I did. I called her immediately.
And we got Blue Bunal and Bobby Dupre and David Link.
Right.
And I see Fizos did the catering.
Fizos, and of course all this
over here, Mark.
This beautiful seasoning that they bottle, and they have their marinades and all seasonings. Very good people right there in Scott, Louisiana. Good morning, Phil and the crew.
And Crowley.
And Crowley, that's right.
That's why I eat raw oysters. I have been known to eat plenty at that place.
Okay, all right.
Yes, very good. And then back here, you were over at the Vieux Village.
That's correct.
At the Emar Andrepont store.
That's correct. And
they're renovating it now. I think they just added some lights, some historical lights. The commission got together and voted on it and put the right kind of lights in. So they're doing a beautiful job.
You know, I've got some items. Remember when I had the museum here in this building? I have a few of those items. I'm going to offer to give them.
Call
and they would fit into that building there.
We can call Miss Melanie Lee LaBeouf. I bet she'd be glad to take those. And there's the whole group. That's the board over with the Orphan Train Museum, I think.
Right, that is correct. And where is the cookbook?
No.
Right here. I've got the cookbook right here.
Show this, Mark.
The cookbook is being offered for $12. Like I told them, that's the lowest price cookbook that I've seen in a long time. Right. And this would help keep things moving at the museum. We don't get a lot of money, or not able to get any major grants of any kind except to help us get to this point.
Go make a donation and you'll get a free cookbook is the best way to think about it. You're helping the orphan train and getting a little memorabilia from Opelousas.
That's correct. And the building is beautiful, is very historic, and needs some visitors.
Good to go see. Yep. Let me hit one more sponsor before we go to commercial break.
And these recipes are by members like Cody and Wilder. Cody and Wilder on page 34. Shrimp and grits. Cody and Wilder Dupre.
I can eat that.
That's theirs. That would.
You'll have to cook that at your house for me once you learn how to do the recipe.
Yeah, I've never cooked before. Can you all imagine? I barbecue now. Oh, they brag on my barbecue.
Oh, yeah, it's good. But
I have never cut an onion